What is illegal but morally correct? Altering some details so that the patient doesn't have to pay for treatment. Example, a person with a fall injury comes to casualty. If they are poor, we tend to mark that as roadside accident as treatment for that is free in Indian government hospitals. Paying someone else's parking meter. No idea how that became illegal. Letting my 90-year-old neighbor have my Netflix password, so she can watch all the Dan Colombo she wants. He's the last friend she has left. Simon, don't be a dick. Giving needed prescription meds to those who can't afford them, despite legal risks. It's a compassionate act that puts human welfare first, showing care where the system falls short, even if it bends prescription laws. Feeding the homeless, in a lot of places. In many cases exposing corruption. Whistleblowing, leaking documents for the benefit of the people or to expose wrongdoing. Depending on the situation, it could get you hit with treason charges if not worse. Edward Snowden comes to mind. I learned from a news thing that in some areas it's illegal to use a business building to house the homeless. A pastor got arrested for using his church to house several homeless because the shelter was full. Their reasoning was because the church business was not a designated housing area for the homeless, and it went against community guidelines. Downloading abandonware without paying whatever twats are sitting on the IP. Dumpster diving for food at the grocery store. Reverse engineering an app if you're subscribed to a paid service and if the vendor refuses to fix a critical bug that prevents you from using the service you paid for. Using patented medication formulas to produce affordable generic versions in countries where they are not accessible. While it infringes on patents, it saves lives by providing essential medicines to those who otherwise couldn't afford them. Euthanasia for terminally ill people. Collecting rainwater. Only in some states it's illegal, but still that's absurd. If you find her mother who has hung herself, it's illegal to take her off of the rope. Otherwise you may get charged with murder or tampering of evidence. Had a friend who did it. Planting food in public or unused spaces to feed the hungry, despite ordinances against it. This guerrilla gardening fosters community, supports sustainability, and directly addresses food insecurity, challenging laws that prioritize aesthetics over basic human needs. Dumpster diving. It's basically recycling. Feeding the homeless in cities where it's banned. Hacking into systems to expose hidden wrongdoing or corruption, also known as ethical hacking. While illegal, it can reveal injustices and protect public interest, aligning with moral principles even as it challenges legal boundaries. Picking and eating mushrooms that make you happy. Rescuing animals from abusive situations, even if it means trespassing or breaking laws related to property rights. Saving creatures from cruelty and neglect prioritizes compassion and the well-being of sentient beings over legal boundaries.